Hi, everyone, and thanks for taking the time to have me present on two subjects that I think are of great concern to the Webb School of Knoxville. An intended takeaway from this presentation is going to be on potential and possibility. At Webb, we have the opportunity to be a vanguard school when it comes to having our students understand themselves and the world around them. To that end, I'm going to discuss a path forward as it relates to our mission as educators. We know that we're working on our strategic plan right now, and in a reassessment and evaluation of where our school is headed, we're trying to look to the future. What will our students be able to do by the time they graduate? And what will a true 21st century education look like for them? Again, we have some opportunities here, and I want to really draw on what we've talked about as colleagues and also as administration and think about how we can best prepare our students to enter the world. My presentation is going to come in two essential parts, though I think both parts are ultimately related. First, I'll be discussing our school's need for global competence. In doing so, I'm going to draw direct comparisons to some of the language and ideas in our strategic plan. Second, I'll discuss digital pedagogy as a medium through which we can best achieve that global competence. I'd like to argue that without a fundamental commitment to digital instructional tools and strategies, we'll be doing our students a disservice. We can flip that whole concept and say that digital instructional tools and strategies are the primary things that will help prepare students to be truly global citizens. We'll talk a little bit about what that means as we progress. So, in Webb's 2017 strategic vision, we've called one of our core concepts the global perspective. In doing so, we've noted that we want our students' experiences of the world to extend beyond the curriculum, toward a larger and more immersive experience of the world. By examining some of the core concepts of the Global Competence Matrix listed here, we can see how global education can shape curriculum and provide for that extension. In asking students to be global citizens, we, as teachers and as administration, have to provide them with the framework for opportunities that global education allows. A closer examination of the Global Competence Matrix should reveal exactly the types of qualities we want to nurture and encourage in student learning. These are things that many of us are doing in the classroom already, but we want to make sure that we can be intentional about it. So we might consider a true global perspective to be the center of this Venn diagram. If we take a look at where values and attitudes, behaviors, and skills meet, this is where we need to be. This is what a global competence matrix is about, and this is hopefully what we as a school can be about as well. I'd like to focus on 21st century technology, which I think is a necessary skill to achieving global competence. In our strategic vision, we outline the entrepreneurial skills students will need for the future. In doing so, we emphasize 21st century digital literacy. Students must learn how to use tech tools, but they also have to learn through them. Through a pedagogical approach to integrated technology instruction, teachers can provide the necessary framework for innovative thinking and collaboration. This is what most schools are starting to look toward, and certainly Webb is concerned with this. And we need to make sure, again, that we're being intentional about it. Both the strategic plan and the global competence matrix reflect the idea that students have to access their own attitudes and values, and they have to interact with those of others. They also have to take advantage and take their learning outside of the traditional bounds of the classroom. Traditionally, teachers were expected to be masters of content knowledge and have a significant grasp of pedagogy. An added component to the 21st century classroom, though, and the one we all have to really adopt as teachers and administration, is technological, pedagogical content knowledge. Simply, we should know what technology can improve, differentiate, and expand student learning in the classroom. We must provide training on effectively proven platforms. As this model shows, only when technology is fully integrated into classroom learning will we get beyond the traditional schema of curriculum planning and delivery. Many of us collaborate with each other, and we want students to collaborate as well. We want to push our students to be literate in the concerns of the 21st century world. As such, technology will give us the tools to investigate world issues as never before. By forging connections with schools across the world, sending our work out into local communities, making Chapel Talks a more collaborative process in design and assessment, I think we can truly bolster Webb's global perspective. And finally, I want to suggest that many of us are already doing this within our disciplines. As a school, we've committed to design thinking, and by using digital tools to foster the development of project-based learning, we should make technology a top priority. Most of my colleagues use digital instruction daily. In the middle school, iPads are a core learning tool. In the upper school, we use interactive ebooks, website management tools such as Whipple Hill, Turnitin, and eBackpack. We use Kahoot online quizzes and fully digital foreign language modules for interaction. Without adopting explicit training and support in digital pedagogical content knowledge, and without making that training work across the curriculum and across grade levels, we won't be able to really fulfill our mission. What we do as individuals is important, but how we work together as a school to fulfill a shared vision of global competence is essential. We want our students to graduate from Webb being literate not only in subject matter, but in the ways they use the tools for learning. From research methods to tech internships, we're doing it all, and we need to understand and support the ways our practices fit 21st century global education. As teachers, we are ourselves lifelong learners. We can only be truly effective if we're able to have students participate in the world that we knew younger versions of ourselves, but also in the increasingly complex world where we continue to live and learn. In 1955, when Robert Webb said he wanted to start a school that educates young people in extraordinary ways, I doubt technology was anything he really had in mind. But through the intentional, forward-thinking concepts, we can update and honor his tradition. Thank you.